video 14 for bass players. And in this video, you're going to learn to play 3 new notes that we haven't learned yet, okay? And we're also going to learn how to play in a different place on our fingerboard, okay? Before we start that, I do want to do some echoing, of course. So, start off with 4 F sharps. I'm hoping that your F sharps sound good by now. If they don't, give yourself time. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen if you practice every day and work really hard and work on getting that string. Play 4 F sharps. Echo me. F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Go. F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Now, 2 E's, 2 F sharps. And go E, E, F sharp, F sharp. Now do 2 open D's and 2 F sharps. Try that. Fingers hovered above. D, F sharp. And go. Open D, press them all down, F sharp. Check your hand position. Now hover. G and F sharp. G, G, F sharp, F sharp. Go. G, G, F sharp, F sharp. Now G, F sharp, G, F sharp. Go. G, F sharp, G, F sharp. Okay, now I want you to jump ahead to page number 10 in your book. We are skipping page 8 and 9 temporarily. We will go back and learn those. But until we have our agility built up with what we're doing with these echoes, you won't be quite ready for that. So go ahead and go over to page number 10. Now I want you to notice, if you're one of my students, you should have the tapes just like this. You should have 3 silver tapes and you should have 3 red tapes. Because our notes are so far apart compared to other instruments, we have to do something called shifting really early on. Now shifting is when you move from one position to the other. You've only learned one position so far. When we had our fingers on the silver tapes, we were in first position. I didn't tell you that because you didn't need to know that because it's the only position you knew. Now, when you have your fingers on the red tapes, you are in third position. Now, those of you that are not my student have different tapes than this. Chances are your teacher has put at least a tape right here, and that last tape is just right above. See where the neck ends? That's the tape. That's where your pinky is down. That is third position. But notice my hand position, as far as the shape of it, is still the same. Look at that. 1 goes on the fat tape, 2 goes on the skinny, and 4 goes on the fat. Now, those that don't have all of these tapes, there's a very good chance that you only have the 2 fat ones down here, and you might only have the skinny one here and the fat one. And you might have little stars or something instead, okay? See if you can figure out what works for you. I'm going to address this mainly to my students as far as the colors that we have here, all right? If you're lucky, you have all of these tapes. Some teachers will have the fat ones only, okay? Just remember you have this hand position. Okay, so when we run out of fingers and we need to play higher notes, what we have to do is shift up to this position here. This is called first position. This is called third position. Is there a second position? Absolutely. Will you learn it? Absolutely. Not today though, okay? Not for a long time. There's even a 2.5 position. Okay, for now, here's what I want you to know. First position, third position. I want you to go back and forth between those. Go to first position, now go to third position. Get your fingers in the right place, adjust them, go back to first position, go back to third position. What you may have noticed is that the notes in third position are a little closer together. You don't have to stretch out quite as much. It's going to be easy to play these notes, much easier than playing F sharp. The other thing is this string is skinnier, so you don't need quite as much strength. So I want you to go to third position and look in your book on page 10. Do you see how it has a Roman numeral 1 and a Roman numeral 3? The Roman numeral 1 is for when you're in first position. The Roman numeral 3 will tell you when you're in third position. Okay, so put go on the G string, your skinny string, and put your fingers down in third position. Big space here. Oh, those of you that don't have all these tapes, It's not going to be where that fourth finger is in first position. It's a totally different place, okay? If you are playing this note right here, 4 fingers down in third position on the G string, play that 4 times after me, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are playing D, and you're like, I already know D. You are learning a second D. Just like you know open A and you know A on the G string, you now know 2 different Ds. Now we're not going to play this open A for a long time. I'm not going to distinguish these too much. However, you are going to play both of these Ds quite a bit. And so I need to distinguish those. We're going to call this one open D, and we're going to call this one high D. Now, those of you that know about, like if you've played piano, you know what octaves are. Those of you who don't, you're going to kind of learn that a little bit later on. This high D is 1 octave higher. Okay, just kind of tuck that back in your brain. This high D is 1 octave higher than open D. We will talk about an octave later on when we learn how to play a scale. Now, so this right here, 4 fingers in third position on the G string is the note high D. Now, if I put 2 fingers down, okay, if you don't have all these tapes, if you only have the 2 fat ones, it's going to go right in the middle. This is the note C, and it also has a special name, C sharp. Those of you that don't know music, all you need to know is a special name. We had F sharp was special, and C sharp. Every other note name for now is just the plain letter, okay? It's very important that you just don't call this C, because there is a note called C that's not C sharp. You won't learn that for a long time. So we have high D, and we have C sharp. Play 4 high Ds, echo me. Let's turn the metronome on. 4 high Ds. You're in third position on the G string. 4 high Ds. 2, red, C, and go. High D, high D, high D, high D. Now pick up your pinky and your third finger, and you have 1 and 2 down, and you're on the G string in third position. We are playing C sharp. C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Play C sharp, C sharp, C sharp, C sharp. Now 2 high Ds, 2 C sharps. And go. High D, C sharp, C sharp. Now we're going to move back down to first position. First position is if you have these tapes where the silver is, and it's the same place where you played your other notes. Now this 4 fingers on the G string here, it's going to be easier than 4 fingers on the D string. This is the note B, and it's just plain old B. Play 4 Bs. Red, C, and go. B, 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 B. Try it again. B, 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 go. B, 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 B. Now, 1 finger on the G string. We've learned this already. Let's play it anyways. Hopefully remember, this is the note A. A, echo me. A, go. A, 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 A. Now remember what we learned a couple videos ago. As you go higher, the pitch goes higher. You've learned also with reading notes that the notes go higher on the staff. We also go higher in the alphabet. So if this is A, watch this. A, B, C sharp, high D. Listen to that. The note's going to go higher. A, B, C sharp, high D. Now if we go backwards, everything's going to go lower. High D, C sharp, B, A. Now to get between A, B and C sharp, I had to do, remember the term, shift. I had to move from first position to third position. We're going to practice that a bit more in one of the, but let's just do a couple little review things. Can you play 2 A's and 2 B's for me? 2 A's and B's. A, echo me, B, go. A, B, B. Now move to third position and play C sharp. 2 fingers on the G string, and then 2 high Ds. C sharp, D, D. Go. C sharp, D, D. Okay, so hopefully you kind of understand the concept of how everything works. And guess what? You have now learned all the notes that you have to be able to play all the way through number 92 in the book. So you're going to combine this with knowing how to read the notes as well. Make sure you're practicing reading your notes with your flashcards, and there's some internet tutorials you can use as well, because that's all going to come together very soon. Notes go higher up, they go higher on the staff, they go higher in the alphabet. Okay, this is the highest note you will play right here for a long time. That is high D. So before the next video, review your new notes. Some of them not so new. A, B, C sharp, high D. Okay, you already learned that. Let's just pretend. A, B, C sharp, high D. Practice going back and forth, moving from one position to the next. As you do so, make sure your whole hand is moving, not just your fingers. And we will practice more shifting in a future video. For now, learn the names of the new notes and you'll be ready for the next one.